Welcome to Arguing Ever After, episode 2. My name is Luke, and this is my lovely wife, Amber.
Hello.
We are the Lord and Lady who lock horns,
The Count and Countess of Contention,
the Duke and Duchess of Disagreement,
and the King and Queen of Quarrels.
We have been together since high school, and we've been married for over 20 years. We have argued about practically everything, and yet we're still together and happy. We have a great teenager who currently doesn't think we're lame, and most of our family still talks to us. All in all, pretty darn good.
Every day, all over the world, couples are fighting battles based on molehills that don't matter, and sometimes mountains that send spouses to go sleep on couches. In this entertainment-only podcast, we will bicker about all things big and small, and the audience gets the final say on who the winner is.
We do not claim to be relationship experts by any means, but if we can have meaningless arguments for the sake of friendly competition, why not give it a listen? We will debate lots of topics, some of which we've come up with, and many are frequently submitted by our listeners. So if you have a topic and want us non-professionals to cross swords on it for a preview of how it could go down before you bring it up in your own relationship, please send it to us at arguingeverafter@gmail.com.
Perhaps this completely unscientific method of letting the masses decide who is right can settle your fight too before you even have it. So the other day, I came home and I saw that Luke was watching something odd on TV. And I looked to make sure, was our daughter in the room? She was not. And I said, Luke, are you watching cartoons?
Yeah, and I said, hell yeah. This was a great video game because I was watching a TV show that just came out on Netflix that was based on a video game that I really liked to play when I used to play lots of video games. And I thought it was totally normal and totally fine.
Well, it kind of got me thinking about like back when I watched cartoons, and which was a little bit ago, maybe. And it kind of got me reminiscing about some of my favorite cartoons when I was a kid. I remember my first favorite cartoon when I was a kid was a show called Pound Puppies. I even had a little stuffed pound puppy animal, and
I had the tent. I don't know if any of you remember the tent. I don't even know how I got it, but I had the tent.
I remember the tent. The first friend sleepover I had as a kid, she had a tent, and I was so jealous. So I'm still a little jealous of you today that you had the pound puppy tent.
I mean, knowing my mom, it's still in her house.
But that used to be the thing when we were kids. Like when you'd get up Saturday morning and watch cartoons. We had like 7 channels only.
Yeah.
So you had to be there on time to watch those cartoons.
Yeah. Unless someone in your family was a wizard who could figure out how to record a VHS on time.
If you had a VHS.
Yeah.
There's that whole thing too. And it was kind of like a great babysitting tool if you think about it. Parents knew where their kids were from, 8 to probably 11 o'clock. I don't even know what my parents were doing that at that time.
We think they might have run errands. We don't really know. In? Yeah. Because I don't know.
I don't know either.
I remember me and my brothers watching cartoons, which I feel like everybody was doing.
Yeah, everyone.
Maybe the parents all had like a secret Saturday morning party. They just hang out with each other. Could be.
That's possible. Well, I also remember fighting with my sisters because there were always a couple cartoons that would have different timing. And again, this is before the really recording age, So you had to be there for it. And it was just really brilliant. And I feel like they knew that was brilliant.
I'm sure they did.
I feel like...
I don't remember which cartoons were on, like, which channels.
Well, I remember some of that, but I mean, I'm not... Like, you had lots of great ones in the mornings on Saturdays. But, like, do you think that, like, the powers that be utilized that great babysitting tool for us latchkey kids? Because...
It checks out.
I think when we were kids... Like during the summer, it was just pure madness. We were running everywhere. We were gone all day.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, like it's not uncommon to hear kids talk about, I was home by the time the streetlights were on, and whatever I did from the time I woke up to when I got home, it was kid wars and things like that.
Yeah.
We did all sorts of things during the summer.
Rock fights.
Sure. I mean, I didn't have a rock fight. That sounds
Maybe
pretty
that
dangerous.
was
Maybe it was you.
boys only situation. Maybe my brothers just like to throw rocks at me. Something like that could have happened. We also played cops and robbers.
Yes.
We rode bikes.
Yes. Yes. I mean, and the TV in the summer was terrible. It still kind of is today. I'm not going to lie.
True.
Thankfully, we're
Summer TV is
fortunate.
not that great.
But
There's a lot more than 7 channels.
there's a lot more than such. No, that's true. That's true. But I'm thinking though, like maybe this is the conspiracy theorist in me.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like the education system, our parents, and the entertainment giants, right? They got together and they said, how can we get kids home after school so they actually get sleep and are rested for the next day and that they stay home?
Mm-hmm.
And then they created the best cartoon lineup that they could have created.
For sure.
And it had older siblings coming home to watch their younger siblings who were for sure going to turn on the TV to watch what?
For sure. We were watching all kinds of stuff. We were watching DuckTales.
Awesome show.
We were watching Darkwing Duck.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
We were watching...
Rescue Rangers were my favorite.
I was going to say The Rescuers, but
Well,
that's
maybe
a movie.
it was
That's
DuckTales.
a different
Yeah.
thing. But yeah, that one. Wait, is that the one that had Chip and Dale?
Yes.
Rescue Rangers. That's it. With the
Yes.
jingles.
They were solving the mysteries.
Chip and Dale.
Yeah. Yeah.
But wasn't there
With
one?
Gadget or Gidget, she was great. She was the best part.
Is her name Gidget or Get? I think it was Gidget.
I think it might have been Gidget.
I don't actually.
And Monterey Jack was this rat.
What was the one that had Baloo and he flew a plane?
Tailspin.
That was one of them. That was on. Gargoyles was one of my all-time favorites.
You know, and I've heard they might be making it into a movie or something.
Sign me up. I'm ready for front row.
Yeah.
Put me in, coach.
Yeah, yeah. I've never wanted something so much as a gargoyle on top of my house. And even still today, we have some little gargoyle-esque things that I've put out in my yard.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't turn into, saving the night of...
They don't transform into live creatures, unfortunately.
It's really depressing.
Yeah, and have cool names named after New York.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they could be named after our local
There
town,
was Brooklyn, Hudson,
Bronx.
Bronx. For some reason, Goliath. That's not from New York, but he was the leader. So that,
and big. And big.
And then what was the girl's name?
I don't know.
I feel bad for not remembering it, but she had Goliath figured out pretty
Was it I'm not gonna remember. I'm thinking of April from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Well, it wasn't her.
Quarters?
Oh, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That was a great one.
Also Batman. How about Batman?
Batman.
Oh,
Batman.
The big Crusader. Come on.
I don't know.
Fantastic.
There were
His parents died in an alley. I mean, do you have a better start than that?
there's a ton better starts
And
than his
then he
parents
turned
died
all of
in
his
that.
riches into real fancy toys and weapons to beat up the bad guys.
To be alone.
Well, he had a troubled past, as we just said.
Yeah. Okay. Well, parents dying in an alley would probably be pretty bad. Don't get me wrong.
Pretty bad.
I don't understand a lot of the makeups, and I know if I ask too many questions, we will upset many viewers.
Probably.
All 3 of them.
Already had. We're at least at 10.
I know. It's so exciting.
Yeah.
I did want to say thank you all for tuning into our first episode, and I'm so happy if you're tuning into the second one. If you haven't watched the first one, you should go back and watch the first one.
Yeah.
Because we love the streams.
Yeah.
But so I don't want to upset anybody about Batman because I know there's very, very strong opinions about the superheroes. But it was just sort of amazing though. Like when you would go to school the next day when at our age, everybody was talking about DuckTales. Did you see the episode, Magica Dispel?
That's the
Dispel. Oh,
Magica
she
Dispel.
was great. I
What a
wanted to
name.
be her.
Can we just for a second, whoever came up with, what's her name going to be? Magica Dispel. And they were like, yes.
She was phenomenal. I really wanted to be like her. But
She had a voice too. She
She
sounded
did.
like she smoked 400,000
Sounds like
cigarettes a
me.
day. I mean, no, she sounded, and there was a wickedness in her voice all the time.
Yes,
You
yes.
think that's you? Okay.
Yes, it's me.
I'm going to call you Magica from now on.
Oh, it's a great nickname. I've been told that I have a wicked laugh sometimes, so I don't mind it. But like everybody was talking about it. All the kids knew about it. There
For
was
sure.
that is what you did until, video games came out.
Yeah.
But there were so many good cartoons of like forever. I mean, I think about other cartoons that I watched, that just were on forever, like the Flintstones, on forever. They made vitamins about them, I mean,
That's true.
and Fruity Pebbles.
That's some reach.
Yeah.
When you think about it. They had a cartoon that somehow turned into vitamins.
Vitamins. Like literally, this is how you know your child is healthy. You're feeding them Flintstone vitamins.
Yeah.
And you had the Jetsons, which kind of turned out to be a bummer because I think by now we should be flying cars.
Where are the flying cars?
We
But
have.
most importantly, I want a robot
Oh,
that
yes.
does all of my chores.
Yes.
All of them. Even if she's got an attitude and does it wrong.
So we also do have
I'm ready.
a robot who vacuums. We named her Rosie, which was a mistake because she did actually turn out to be just like Rosie with the attitude and say, I'm not working today.
Yeah.
It's not my day on, and it's just like, who are you? You're supposed to not be this. So life hack number 2, don't name your vacuum robot if you're fortunate enough to get one. Don't name her Rosie because she will
She'll turn on you.
not work hard. But it's okay. It's okay. Ugh. So that was a great one. Of course, the classics, that were really huge also it had a big comeback while we were in middle school, or at least while I was in middle school or sometime in my life.
There we go.
Was the Warner Brothers with Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
And then they did this whole other relaunch with, the Looney Tunes. Something and Dot, Wacko Dacko and Dot, or Yakko Wacko and Dot. Something
I think it was Yakko, Wacko, and Dot.
Yes,
I think
yes.
that's
And
right.
Pinky and the Brain, which were always trying to take over the world.
Who made the Wile E. Coyote and
Yes, Warner Brothers.
was that Warner
Roadrunner.
Brothers?
Yeah.
And then you got the Hanna-Barbera, that whole era when you had like there was like the purple gorilla.
I don't know.
Was it called Grape Ape? I feel like it might have been called Grape Ape.
Wasn't that a food?
Maybe.
I don't know this cartoon.
Maybe there was some crossover, and there was like Yogi Bear.
Yes.
Uh,
And a picnic basket.
that's right.
Yeah.
Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Oh, great villains in that one.
How about the Smurfs?
Oh, the Smurfs. Gargamel or Gargamesh or
Gilgamesh? Oh, that's a real story.
I think it's Gargamel.
I think it was Gargamel.
Gargamel, yeah, and you had all this.
And the cat. What was the cat's name?
Oh,
I wanted to eat the Smurfs all the time.
it started with the E. I can't remember.
Azrael?
Azrael, yes. Years ago, I worked at a veterinary clinic, and a cat that came in was named Azrael. And the second she brought that cat in, I was like, I see you.
Yeah.
I know you. We are.
Y'all
Of
just
the
wanted to
same.
eat Smurfs.
Yeah.
Can you blame her, though? I mean, they're like little bite-sized things. She probably was like, oh, look, it's a blue mouse. I'm going to eat it.
I know no one remembers this except for maybe my sister, who's one of our 3 listeners.
10 to 12,
10 to
something
12.
like that.
But there was this really delicious thing that came from the Smurfs called Smurfberry cereal. And I've been searching for it my whole life. I mean, we maybe got that box twice, but back to food with me. Oh my God. I'm a major food.
A lot of our life is about food.
It is true.
My mom was a mean woman about cereal because she wouldn't let us have colored sugary stuff. We just had to eat Kix. Wait, no. Is that the one that was the little corn puff?
Yeah.
That was it. Kix.
If you put enough sugar on them, they were okay.
Was that Trix?
No, Trix was the fruit.
Oh, we couldn't have that one.
Trix was the fruit. Well, and that was the cool thing too, right? So all those cereal companies would link up with the cartoon companies, or some of them.
You could have an episode about cereal.
We will.
I thought about a whole bunch of different cereals.
But they would, like, the good ones would put in a prize that is frequently from one of the cartoons we were watching. So it was like this really
Do they
big
do that
circle.
anymore?
Our kid has had plenty of cereal.
She don't get no prizes.
She does it.
Maybe it's only McDonald's does that anymore.
Oh, that would be sad. Well,
McDonald's, we don't need any free stuff. But if you want to like feed the homeless,
yes.
that'd be,
yeah.
No endorsement necessary. Thank you for the French fries in the 90s. They were delicious. We're moving on. We're here to talk about cartoons. Look at, I got you derailed.
You really did. You really did. Oh, but like just all of the intertwinedness of those cartoons and how they really did find a way to hit us like the marketing was brilliant.
It was like a culture shift.
Yeah. And so, but back to my original theory.
Did our parents have cartoons? I don't think they did.
Yes, they did. They had Woody Woodpecker and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that was my dad's favorite, was Woody Woodpecker, which I was like, this dude just hits his head on a tree and just, and I'm sorry.
Those birds in real life are gigantic, though.
Well, there's different sizes, yeah.
The pileated redhead woodpecker?
Pileated?
Whatever it is. Real big woodpeckers.
I've got into backyard birding of it recently because we have a bird feeder. So, but we won't go to that. But yes, they're huge. I saw a couple, but it was okay. It wasn't as good as like the deep plots of the cartoons that we had. I mean,
and they could string something on for a number of episodes, because back in the day, like, unlike now, it seems like, I don't know so much about cartoons, but like popular shows are like 6 to 10 episodes is like a whole season. And like cartoons back in the day would just be like, I don't know, 30 episodes. It would last the whole like 6 months of the year. You'd have cartoons to watch.
Yep. And
so
there
they
was
could have like a
storyline,
part 2, part 3 conclusion.
If you missed one, that was the thing. Why you got to get home? Because if you missed one, you missed a major part of the plot.
And then you had to have your friends tell you, and it's just not the same.
Or you'd have to wait for reruns, like in the summer, and you didn't know. I mean, they had these things. This is for children's educational purposes right here, right now. Anyone who's older will know.
Educating the young.
Educating the young right now. So they had these things back in the day. There were 2 places you could find out what was on TV. One was the newspaper, which was a piece of paper that would go to your house and it would tell you all of the news for the day or the week. Kind of like a newsreel that exists online. So it would be listed in there, or you'd have something called a TV guide if you were lucky.
Yes.
And that had like the whole week's worth.
Didn't they sell those for like money?
Yes, they sold them for money.
Actual money. You go to the gas station to buy a TV guide.
Yes. But it would tell you the whole week's worth of TV so you could plan everything. But I don't recall if they really talked about the reruns. So, like, what was
definitely making me feel old right now.
Well, again, educational purposes for historical knowledge for these youngins who may or may not be listening.
They're probably not.
You know what? If you flip this on for them, then when their teachers ask them what they learned over the summer, this could be one of those things.
They learned something from us.
Yes. TV guides, cartoons, cereal.
I'll put it on my resume, educating the young.
Yes. Why not? I mean, and like the great things that we have that they just don't have anymore, But cartoons were just really something back then. They shaped so much of who we are. So, Luke, let me ask you a question.
Now, the event you have all been waiting for. In this corner, we have Amber claiming to weigh in at 135 pounds with 1 win and 0 losses. We are in episode 2 after all.
Yes.
She has over 25 years of practice in the art of insignificant lover spats and is armed with her amazing wit, which she will need today.
And in this corner, we have Luke at his prime weight of 185 plus and sporting a luxurious red beard. He's been arguing since he was born to a very competitive family.
That's true.
And he has 0 wins and 1 loss. So, Luke, tell us today, what do you really think is the greatest cartoon of all times?
I guarantee you everyone that just heard you say that had the same reaction that I did.
All time. There you go. Happy?
For 2 reasons. 1, for all times. But 2, the real truth is everyone goes, why do you got to make me pick the best thing?
The best.
Anytime someone says that to me, they're like, what's your favorite song? What's your favorite? It's like, what? How do you pick one? It's not even fair. But that being said, to be a contender for the best cartoon of all time or times, it's got to be a pretty big deal. So staying power would be something to think about. Reach would be something to think about, and influence would be something to think about, because there's been a nearly endless list. Like, we just named some of the ones we remembered off the top of our head from being kids. And I'm sure all of you out there that are watching this, depending on when you grew up and what was on and whatever, you got a whole different list. Like, our kids got shows that make no sense to me, that she watched all these series and episodes, and like some of them were great, and some of them, you know, I'd watch with her and be like, what are we doing? This is, anyway.
That was when we used the TV as a babysitter.
That's true. We had our moment. It was like, you know, I don't know what to do. Why don't you watch 75 hours of this Netflix special about elves and dragons and cats and whatever else. Anyway, so back to the question. So the best cartoon of all time that I would like to have be my contender is The Simpsons, because it has all the things I talked about. It has staying power. It's been on since, I think we said it was the 90s, but it was right on the edge. Because we talked about this a little bit earlier. Like, it came out off of, what did you say, a Tracy Ullman show?
Tracy Ullman, yes.
Okay. And then it turned into its own thing, like I think in the beginning of 1990. So that's a long, long time ago, because it's 2025. So that's some staying power. It has, according to the internet, the most amount of episodes of any cartoon ever. And then what I think is like important to reflect on with The Simpsons is they did something that hadn't really been done with cartoons before. Cause like cartoons, as you talked about, and the ones we enjoyed so much as children were like, they had their like themes, but they were cartoon-ish themes. The Simpsons came through and basically turned a sitcom into a cartoon and kept it cartoony and also sitcom-y. So it like blended a couple of genres, which I think is why it was so successful back then and is still successful today. And like a lot of the things that made it successful was like, there was controversy. There would like, you know, the mom and the dad would get into arguments, and, you know, they weren't the prettiest family. And,
No,
you know, like the dad was bald, and I mean, I got a little bit of that going on, and he had a beer belly, and he like, you know, I don't know, he sat on the couch a lot. And anyway, so that was controversial. Then they had the miscreant child, you know, everyone loved him. He was America's favorite little boy, Bart Simpson.
America's favorite little boy.
Like, he would say stuff that was like off the cuff or whatever, and he would get in trouble and go to detention and have to write stuff on the board. And so it wasn't perfect. That's part of what I think made it attractive, because it was like they were showing you the average sort of sample of the American family and made it into something that little kids would want to watch, and that their parents, if they watched it, wouldn't be like, this is some stupid kidsy show. They'd be like, this is actually kind of funny.
Oh, my parents didn't feel that way.
Well, your parents were a little different than
my parents did not necessarily like that as a watching choice for us.
But I think its staying power would say that that's one of the reasons it's still around today, running basically the same thing. Like, it's been around since 1990, so 35 years, and they haven't aged a day. so, you know, like, there's a reason that that's still famous. And like, how many times can you retell the same story? Now, they introduced a lot of side stories. They had Mr. Burns. They had Krusty the Clown. Who
killed Mr. Burns?
They had the murderous with the sideshow Bob. They had that dude. I mean, and then they had the prodigy child, and they had the baby who never.
Lisa was a sweetheart of the show. She was the best character.
No question.
For a fact.
And then they had the baby who never, sadly, figured out how to talk. They had.
Yes, she did.
When?
She did.
Oh my goodness.
I can show you later. There was an episode.
She aged a day. It's amazing. So, and then they had the dog that at least got replaced a couple of times, because it was Santa's Little Helper, like 1, 2, and 3.
No, that was Snowball.
That could be.
Yeah.
They also had, I don't know how many actually, because at some point I lost track and stopped watching it, but like they had, I don't know, 2 or 3 movies that came out of the deal.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then like they have some like physical intellectual property integrations at Universal Studios, at least in Florida. I don't know if their other parks have it, but they had like a little Simpsons land, and we've been there, and they have like rides, and they have,
terrible ride. Oh my God, that's an awful ride.
It's
if
like
you've
one
been
of
on
them
the
3D
Krusty the Clown ride, you have definitely felt your stomach into your freaking forehead. It's
I
awful.
kind of liked it. It was kind of fun. And they had like, you can get the donuts and stuff, and like the Duff beer, and like all of that stuff is there. It's to say that The Simpsons isn't the best is tough. They had a lot of stuff, and they've been doing it for a long time. Oh, you gotta look. Okay.
So, while I will agree, obviously, I have watched The Simpsons. There's many good things about The Simpsons, but all of those things, what'd you say it needed? Staying power, reach,
Influence.
and influence.
Sure.
I think was there's something that's been on a little bit longer. And, your Simpsons might have won if it wasn't for those pesky kids.
Oh.
Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Machine. Oh my gosh. Like when I first saw that show, it developed me as a human being.
It sure
created so many things that I wanted in the future. Scooby-Doo, this giant dog. I love giant dogs. I want a Scooby-Doo. Like the snacking and how they could just eat all these great foods. I wanted to eat all those great foods. And I kind of snack like Scooby-Doo and Shaggy sometimes. And the relationship, the bond that the boy had with his dog. Like, we saw the bond between Bart and Santa's Little Helper. It was not that great. Scooby went everywhere. Shaggy understood what Scooby was saying. So much so that we as viewers understood Ruh-roh, right? I mean, and we
said way more than Ruh-roh.
Right, I know, but we understood everything he said through Shaggy's eyes.
Okay.
And not just Shaggy. Fred, Velma, and Daphne all knew what he was saying too. So, I mean, and they had a van. I don't know. The murder van is not really a thing, but it kind of works in their theme.
It was an anti-murder van.
I know it was a mystery machine. I get that. I mean, but it was painted really cool. The Simpsons car was just some sort of sedan that was maybe yellow, or pink. I can't really remember. It doesn't really like it wasn't memorable. It wasn't memorable.
For sure it was. It was a wagon, and everybody had a wagon back in those days.
Mystery Machine was so memorable. And every episode, they taught us important things about life. The main thing that they taught me as a young child, which I bring with me today, is you don't really know anyone.
Whoa.
Think about it. You'd watch the whole episode and you'd have the principal trying to help them figure out who the ghost is. And then Velma would be like, and here's your ghost. Rip the mask off. It's Principal Skinner.
Skinner.
I know.
From The Simpsons. See, y'all listeners, I'm just saying maybe chalk that one up over here. But keep going. Go ahead.
Slight point. But, I mean, so it taught you that not everybody is worth your trust. It taught you keep those that mattered really close. But be a little suspicious of those you don't really know. And we see this all the time. You never know. And for me personally, it developed into a longer interest of mysteries, right? Like, I remember not that, once I passed that cartoon stage, watching things like Unsolved Mysteries and just hoping that I would find my Principal Skinner or whoever, like just maybe I could find it and I could solve the mystery just like the Mystery Gang. Like, wouldn't that be awesome? So I'm going to say I was not motivated, which I think is the final factor of being a best cartoon, by really anything in The Simpsons.
Oh, I see. I will say this, having listened to you lay out your argument, it is impressive how informative to your character that show was. Because you basically are an adult trying to live in that reality.
Yes.
Yes. We're not trusting everyone.
Don't trust everyone.
Definitely want to catch the bad guy.
Yes.
And you got to keep your friends close, eat a lot of snacks, and love your dog.
Love your dog.
That is quite true. I mean, The Simpsons were never really a model for how to live.
Eat my shorts, man?
As a show, again, I think their reach was more about like Like, it was more about you could see yourself in them.
Yes.
Because they were more real. And then The Simpsons, unlike Scooby-Doo, introduced a bunch of characters that were fun little adjacents to the story. Like, you had the principal, who was always a little questionable. You had the bus driver, who was maybe never sober.
Never.
You had, well, speaking of sober, I'm just saying, Scooby and Shaggy, I mean, they were doing, y'all know what I'm talking
Scooby
about.
wasn't doing anything. Eating Scooby snacks.
Those Scooby snacks were laced. Anyway, and then they had the groundskeeper, that creepy Scottish dude. Scotland, by the way. I'm Scottish. Love the Scottish. And they had what was the teacher, the Kerbapple,
Yeah.
which is spelled crab apple.
Yes.
The one that always gave Bart the detention with that was smart too, how they would, in every episode, they'd have him write, "I will not draw on the desk," or whatever. They'd pick a different thing that he did wrong every time.
And it was funny.
Plus the intro. Oh yeah, mine was. Thank you. And then, like, they also, at the beginning of every episode, they changed it up a little bit when he, is coming out the driveway and Bart skips off the thing with the skateboard, and then they somehow all land on the couch, and sometimes they're in different positions, or they're aliens, or they're whatever. That was some of the invention and ingenuity of The Simpsons. Is they were always like, they had similar themes, but they were always bringing in something new. And just going to touch on the spooky factor one time. You can't give them credit for nothing without saying they didn't invent the Halloween special.
Whoa!
I'm just saying.
Whoa!
The special.
They had their own, but they didn't invent it. That was so before The Simpsons. This was a huge thing, and there's still my favorite episode of any type of sitcom is a good Halloween special.
Admit, in the cartoon world, we're talking about cartoons.
Okay, Treehouse of Terror.
They have like a monopoly on who wins the Halloween special in the cartoon world. Everyone's done something on a cartoon special. Well, okay.
For Halloween, I hear what you're saying. Except for it was Halloween every day.
Yeah, of course you're
There
right.
was always someone in a mask pretending to be something scary.
That's true. That's true. Oh, and I don't want to give you no points, but Scrappy.
Yeah, Scrappy was. I mean,
shouldn't have never got his own TV show, but it was cute that there was a little.
Do you remember?
I
just remembered. Scooby-Doo also had a spin-off of Scooby-Doo Kids. Scooby-Doo. It was a great little show where they were like kids solving the mystery.
Like little versions of the same people?
It was great.
I don't get it.
Well, you'd have to watch it to get it.
I mean, they were already sort of kids.
No, they were like they were cool. They were like, in high school or college or something.
I had to do something because
not
Shaggy
college.
was getting high.
Not college. They were clearly not. They were. I don't know. They were trying to find their way in life. They created their own company.
Maybe they were dropouts. You don't even know.
I don't know. I'm sure they explained it on an episode or two.
They might have. They probably weren't dropouts.
But like, if you look at the women, also role models, right? Role models for us women, because you had Velma. She was just brilliant. Super smart.
Lisa. Okay. Keep going. Go ahead.
Velma could out anything mentally with Lisa. She also had the years to help, except for when she was in the young Scooby-Doo cartoon. They probably were at about the same time, but still, Jinky, she's definitely got it. And then you have Daphne, who, although we would be blinded by her beauty, she was actually also really smart. So I think that it was just overall, it had good morals, good things to push and teach people. And I think you can even still see new episodes today. I could be slightly wrong, but there's definitely always something that can come.
At some point, we did stop watching cartoons, unless it was me watching a cartoon about
just the other day.
Game. Oh,
just the other day, and also you like that other cartoon that's like a Star Warsy cartoon. But I could.
Well, there have been some great Star Wars cartoons.
So there you go.
I'm not hating on cartoons. Clearly, the world isn't either.
Right, they are a mainstay. So I guess that's our fight, and I think the best thing to do is to vote for the best cartoon of all times, which there is no mystery about.
Oh, that was cute.
Scooby-Doo.
Or you could vote for The Simpsons, which has the most episodes, It has the most relatability to the most number of people. And who doesn't love Bart, Lisa, Homer, and you can't forget the woman who held it all together, Marge. She was just handling her business. So go ahead, vote, y'all. I think it's simple, and I think it's easy. And you know it is.
Okay, so the best way to vote is through our Spotify link. We're going to put up a poll. I don't know. Our last one was for like 2 weeks, but I think that might be too long. But vote regardless and watch it through Spotify or whatever. However you find it. I don't care. Just freaking watch it. Subscribe, like it, download it. And please share this with your friends, your family,
Your children.
your children. Did we swear? I think we swore a couple times. But again, I don't think we got too inappropriate.
I mean, if they watch The Simpsons for 35 years, someone's swearing.
Absolutely.
Don't tell me you parents watching this episode ain't swearing in front of your kids at this point. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I do think though. Oh, so sorry. Back to what I was saying about how we can get the word out about us,
Yes.
right? So you can also share it to people you don't like. If you didn't like this episode, share it to everyone you don't like.
We just want everyone to watch it.
Yeah, it would be really great. We've been, like I said, really kind of surprised. I thought 3 people would watch, and we've had more than that. We've had quite a bit of interest. So
Potentially hundreds. We don't even know.
who could be? We have no way of knowing that information, but share it. We love it. And we will always use new topic ideas. If you think this one, I'm going to do a pun for you all,
Uh-oh.
is a little crusty.
Oh, my God. This is what I live with, people. Whew. Okay, hold on. You're cut off. We're done. If you have any other ideas, just email them to arguingeverafter@gmail.com. Thanks. Bye.